Okay, let's get into this. We've got a really interesting pile of sources here sent in by you for a deep dive all about the zodiac signs.
Yeah, and just a heads up, this is definitely not the usual, fluffy astrology stuff.
No, absolutely not. These sources give this incredibly unfiltered view, almost like jarringly blunt about the personality.
Exactly. It's like they just stripped away all the nice words.
Right. So, our mission here in this deep dive is basically to pull out the key bits, the main descriptions, the traits that jump out straight from this material you sent.
Think of it as a shortcut to understanding this very specific, very um, candid perspective on the signs.
And yeah, they really don't hold back. These are like collections of traits, right? And they lean pretty heavily on the less flattering stuff.
Mostly, yeah. Though sometimes they do throw in a positive, kind of surprisingly.
Some of the examples are pretty wild straight away, like Aries needing constant validation.
Mm-hmm. Or Gemini being flaky, but the sources specifically say not boring.
Yeah. And Leo, attention-seeking, sure, but also called very attractive and charming.
And we can't forget Scorpio potentially being in the Illuminati or Scientology. That was specific.
Totally. So just to be super clear, we're only exploring what these particular sources claim is the real zodiac. We're just walking through their view for you. Ready?
Let's do it. Let's see what picture these sources actually paint.
Okay, first up, Aries. So these sources, they say Aries needs that constant validation and can sook a lot, their term when they don't get it, complaining, basically.
Right, like whining, but they also add protective to a fault.
It's interesting, that immediate contrast, neediness, but also like super intense loyalty.
Yeah, it kind of sets the stage for these complex, often contradictory snapshots we see throughout the material.
Okay, then Taurus, according to the stuff, they come across as, well, cheap, boring, easily manipulated.
Uh-huh. Called a pushover doormat. Doesn't
Yeah.
stand up for themselves, often just longtime employees.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not a very positive view of Taurus at all. Really focuses on passivity.
Pretty much, yeah. All about perceived lack of personal power.
Then Gemini. Okay, flaky, weird loners, shallow into gossip and drama, two-faced.
The sources make a real point of saying, not boring.
Yeah, that not boring part seems important in this view. Like maybe difficult, but never dull.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That seems to be the caveat.
Cancer gets described as patronizing, moody, matriarchal, but not asked to be.
Right. And bossy, rude, power trippers,
Yeah.
even defensive mothers.
So a lot about control and emotional intensity there, it seems.
Definitely what these sources are highlighting.
Okay, Leo. Described as obnoxious, attention-seeking, arrogant, cocky, annoying, even slutty.
Oof. But then they balance it with very attractive and charming.
Right. That's a perfect example of that blunt contrast these sources keep making. Big flaws, but strong positives, too.
Yeah, usually physical or social appeal.
Virgo next. Pretty rough here, too. Condescending, rude, neurotic, takes ages to decide things.
They use terms like OCD and anal retentive. Pretty informal, obviously, but meaning that need for order.
But then they add loyal best friends.
Another big contradiction, according to this material. Like, difficult internally and externally, but super loyal in close relationships.
Libra, okay. Labeled hedonistic, entitled snobs. Also, gullible idiots who follow the pack to survive.
Yet they're also called fashion designers. And good-looking.
So this view kind of suggests a focus on looks and fitting in, maybe not much independent thought, but acknowledges creativity or attractiveness.
Seems like it, yeah. Aesthetics and conformity.
Scorpio, wow, okay. Selfish, manipulative, named as CEO, Wall Street executive types, high achievers.
And then the wild part, potentially in the Illuminati or Scientology, also called rich, greedy users.
They're really not afraid of hyperbole, are they? It's like they connect ambition and success with really negative, almost conspiratorial stuff for Scorpio.
Very cynical view, definitely.
Sagittarius in these sources, promiscuous mean know-it-alls, immature, unreliable.
Described as heavy drinkers or big gamblers, also arrogant.
But then just simply good in bed.
So a mix of perceived bad habits and, well, one very specific physical plus. Lots of impulsiveness and harshness.
Capricorn, called boring. Fence-sitters, old-fashioned.
They have money but are frugal, apparently. Predictable, feel hard done by, want sympathy just for doing the right thing.
And the sources add, very bluntly, missionary position only.
Wow. Okay. That paints a picture of, like, extreme rigidity and complaining. Not very adventurous, clearly.
Even in really personal details. Aquarius next. Loudmouth, aggressive, potentially unemployed or
But
criminals.
also intellectuals and good at hacking computers. Anti-establishment.
And bad partners prone to cheating.
That's a really complex mix in these sources, like smart and rebellious, but also volatile and unreliable. A real mixed bag.
Finally, Pisces. Highly strung, manipulative, narcissistic, and entitled.
Prone to addiction, but generous with it, which is interesting. They like to play the victim.
And will use your secrets against you. Ouch.
Yeah, this viewpoint really hammers on emotional manipulation, addiction, betrayal as core Pisces things.
So, stepping back, looking at the whole picture from these sources, it's definitely challenging, often critical, but very specific.
Yeah, it's not trying to be nice or relatable, is it? These sources seem really focused on highlighting the flaws, the uncomfortable bits.
So as you're processing this deep dive, maybe think about what you make of all this. Do any of these descriptions actually ring true for you? Or do they seem totally off compared to other ideas you've heard?
And just remember, again, this was only looking at the material in these specific sources. It's just one perspective, just laid out very, very directly.
Yeah. So here's a final thought. Given how direct and often critical these sources were, how might thinking about personality through this kind of unfiltered lens change how you observe people, even outside of the Zodiac context?
It definitely pushes you to look beyond the surface, maybe notice the details that aren't always celebrated.
Exactly. Something to chew on. And that wraps up this deep dive into your sources on the Unfiltered Zodiac.